Hello, welcome to the mini story for The Race. Let's get started. It was 5 o'clock and Alan was riding his motorcycle in San Francisco.
Whoa.
When was Alan riding his motorcycle?
At 5 o'clock. At 5 o'clock. Alan was riding his motorcycle.
Well, at 5 o'clock, right? At 5 o'clock, Alan was riding his motorcycle. Was Alan riding his car?
No. Alan is not riding his car. Alan is riding his motorcycle.
Or was Alan riding his motorcycle? Of course, Alan was riding his motorcycle. Where was Alan riding his motorcycle?
In San Francisco. Alan is riding his motorcycle in San Francisco.
In San Francisco. Alan was riding his motorcycle in San Francisco. When was he riding?
At 5 o'clock. At 5 o'clock. He is riding his motorcycle in San Francisco.
At 5 o'clock. At 5 o'clock, Alan was riding his motorcycle in San Francisco. He was riding down Van Ness Street
Wow.
and came to a stoplight. Who was riding down Van Ness Street?
Alan. Alan was riding down Van Ness Street.
Alan. Alan was riding down Van Ness Street.
Yes.
What was he riding on?
On motorcycle. He is riding his motorcycle on Van Ness Street.
On a motorcycle. He was riding on his motorcycle. Was he riding down Market Street?
No, not Market Street. He is riding down Van Ness Street.
No, not Market Street. He wasn't riding down Market Street. Was he riding down Lombard Street?
No, not Lombard Street. He wasn't riding down Lombard Street. He was riding down Van Ness Street.
No, he wasn't riding down Lombard Street. He was riding down Van Ness Street. When? When was he riding down Van Ness Street?
At 5 o'clock. At 5 o'clock. He was riding down Van Ness Street.
At 5 o'clock. At 5 o'clock, he was riding down Van Ness Street. Who was riding down Van Ness Street?
Alan. Alan was riding down Van Ness Street.
At 5 o'clock. Alan. Alan was riding down Van Ness Street at 5 o'clock. Was he in a truck? No, he wasn't in a truck. He was on his motorcycle. And he came to a stoplight.
Well,
Did Alan come to a go light?
no. Alan didn't come to Alan didn't came come to a go light. Alan came to a stoplight.
No. He didn't come to a go light. He came to a stoplight. We never say go light. We only say stoplight. Who came to a stoplight?
Alan came to a stoplight.
Alan, of course. Alan came to a stoplight. What was he on when he came to a stoplight?
It's at 5 o'clock. He was riding his motorcycle, and he came to a stoplight.
A motorcycle. He was on a motorcycle when he came to a stoplight. Where was the stoplight?
On Venice Street. He is driving down Venice Street and came to a stoplight.
Well, on Van Ness Street. The stoplight was on Van Ness Street. Was the stoplight on Embarcadero Street? Or was the stoplight on Van Ness Street? Van Ness, of course, Van Ness. The stoplight was on Van Ness Street. Who was at the stoplight?
Alan came to a stoplight.
Alan was at the stoplight. Which city was Alan in? In San Francisco.
In San Francisco. Alan is riding in San Francisco.
Of course. Alan was in San Francisco. Where is Van Ness?
Van Ness Street in San Francisco.
Well, Van Ness Street is in San Francisco. Of course, Van Ness Street is in San Francisco. Is Van Ness Street in New York?
No. Van Ness Street is not isn't New York, and Van Ness Street is in San Francisco.
Or is Van Ness Street in San Francisco? Well, of course, Van Ness Street is in San Francisco. Where was Alan riding?
Alan riding in San Francisco, and Alan is riding on Van Ness Street in San Francisco.
He was riding on Van Ness Street in San Francisco, and he came to a stoplight. A red Ferrari pulled up next to him.
Wow.
Did the red Ferrari pull up behind him?
No, not behind him. A red Ferrari don't pull up behind him because a red Ferrari pulls up next to him.
No, not behind him. The red Ferrari pulled up next to him. What pulled up next to Alan? A red Ferrari. A red Ferrari pulled up next to Alan. Did Alan pull up next to a red Ferrari?
That a red Ferrari pulls up next to Alan.
No. Alan didn't pull up next to a red Ferrari. A red Ferrari pulled up next to him. Where did the red Ferrari pull up next to Alan?
Where? On Van Ness Street in San Francisco.
At a stoplight
A stoplight.
on Van Ness Street. At a stoplight on Van Ness Street, a red Ferrari pulled up next to Alan. Was Alan in a red Ferrari?
Right.
No. Alan wasn't in a red Ferrari. He was on a motorcycle. Alan was on a motorcycle. What did the red Ferrari do? Well, it pulled up next to Alan. The red Ferrari pulled up next to Alan. The driver was wearing dark sunglasses.
Wow.
So, Alan was wearing dark sunglasses.
No, not Alan. The driver is wearing dark sunglasses.
No, not Alan. Alan wasn't wearing dark sunglasses. Who was wearing dark sunglasses?
The driver. The driver is wearing dark sunglasses.
The driver of the Ferrari. The driver of the Ferrari was wearing dark sunglasses, not Alan. The driver looked over at Alan.
Wow.
Did the driver look behind Alan?
No, not looks behind as Alan, because the driver looks over as Alan.
No. He looked over at Alan. Who looked over at Alan?
The driver of Ferrari looks over at Alan.
The driver of the Ferrari looked over at Alan. Did Alan look over at the driver?
No, Alan looked at the driver.
Yes, he did. Alan also looked over at the driver.
Yes.
Who was the driver?
Alan. Alan looked at the driver.
Well,